Hello students, today we'll discuss about chemical control and coordination of human body. Means here we'll discuss about the types of hormones which are produced in our body as chemicals and they control and coordinate all of our activities and all of our body functions, metabolic activities. Okay, so chemicals are of two different types which are produced in our body. These may be the enzymes or the hormones, and depending upon the type of chemical produced, the glands are of two different types also. The glands may be exocrine or endocrine. Exocrine glands, they produce enzymes, and endocrine glands, they produce hormones. Exocrine glands have ducts. Ducts means pipes. So they can secrete the enzymes directly to the target site through the ducts. But endocrine glands are ductless. Ductless means they are not having any ducts. So directly they release the secretions into blood. Okay, so endocrine glands, as they release the hormones directly to the blood, they are ductless. So hormones, they move through the blood to the target site and they conduct the function in the target site only. Okay, so what are the endocrine glands present in our body and what are the types of hormones produced from them and what is the function of each hormone? Then what are the roles, what are the disorders of these hormones if they are much more or less secreted as per the demand of the body? Here we will discuss. So we will discuss here about the hypersecretion and hyposecretion disorders also. So in a very details I will give you one chart by which very easily you can remember the number of hormones, their functions, their chemical nature and hyposecretion disorders, all these things. So let's have a look. Chemical control and coordination. First we'll discuss about the endocrine glands. Endocrine glands of human body. I have made one list here. See, pituitary is the endocrine gland which is considered as the master gland of the body. Why it is called master gland? Because it releases about 9 hormones, 6, 1 and 2 here. So 9 hormones are released from pituitary itself, and pituitary, it controls the all other glands activities, all other glands hormonal activities. So pituitary is considered as the master gland, but pituitary is also under the control of another gland that is called hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is present in our brain and is considered as the brain gland. Okay, so first we'll discuss about pituitary, the master gland of a body. Pituitary, it is divided into 3 parts: anterior pituitary, middle pituitary and posterior. The parts of pituitary. Anterior pituitary is also known as adenohypophysis, which releases or secretes 6 hormones. Then middle pituitary is known as pars media and it secretes 1 hormone. Posterior pituitary is called neurohypophysis and it secretes 2 hormones. See, neurohypophysis, the posterior pituitary, it doesn't secrete itself the hormones. The hormones, these 2 hormones are produced by hypothalamus. These are stored in neurohypophysis, means posterior part of pituitary, and these are released into blood as per the need of the body. Okay. Then thyroid. Thyroid is the second gland, endocrine gland, and is present in our neck region. Thyroid is releasing 2 hormones. Then parathyroid, there are 4 parathyroid glands which release 1 hormone. And adrenal gland. Adrenal gland are a pair of glands which are present on the kidneys. Okay, adrenal gland is divided into 2 parts. The adrenal gland's outside covering is called adrenal cortex and the inside mass is called adrenal medulla. Adrenal cortex, it releases 3 hormones. And adrenal medulla, it releases 2 hormones. Okay. Then come to the 5 number, islets of Langerhans of pancreas. Islets of Langerhans of pancreas. Pancreas is heterocrine by nature. Heterocrine means what? I have told you about endocrine and exocrine glands. Some of the glands in our body which can release the enzymes as exocrine and can release the hormones as endocrine. So if both the functions can be done by a single gland, then it is called heterocrine gland. Okay, so pancreas is called heterocrine gland and the endocrine portion of pancreas is called islets of Langerhans. Langerhans is the name of scientist. Islets means cells. Okay, 3 different types of cells of pancreas, they release 3 different types of hormones. In a very detail we will discuss. Then about the testes. Come to the gonads, testes and ovaries. Testes are the male gonads which release 1 hormone, testosterone. Ovaries are the female gonads which release 3 hormones. Then placenta, it is formed during the pregnancy only, and placenta is the connective link between the fetus and the mother, and placenta releases 3 hormones. Then come to the thymus. Thymus is the it is responsible for immune maintenance in our body up to the age of 14 only. Then after this thymus, it deteriorates. This thymus gland, it is responsible for maintaining the immune system in the children, it releases only one hormone, that is thymosin. We'll discuss. Then pineal gland, it is present in the brain, and pineal gland releases one hormone. Then come to the 11th number, it is gastrointestinal mucosa. Gastrointestinal mucosa, see I am telling you what is there. This is all about the digestive tract. Gastrointestinal tract means digestive tract. This is the stomach and intestine. And stomach and intestine, if they are taken as a TS, transverse section, then there are 4 layers. Serosa, muscularis, submucosa and mucosa. Mucosa is the innermost layer of gastrointestinal tract, and this mucosa, it releases 6 hormones. Gastrointestinal mucosa can be also considered as heterocrine because it releases the digestive enzymes for digestion and also the hormones. Then kidneys release 2 hormones, liver releases 1 hormone, and heart produces 1 hormone. Okay, so this is about the list of what? Endocrine glands and the number of hormones produced from the endocrine glands. Then now have a very detailed look about the hormones, their chemical nature, then their function, hypersecretion and hyposecretion disorders. Let's have a look. See here, chemical control and coordination. I have made one material for you. Endocrine gland, first one, the pituitary. Pituitary releases what? The anterior pituitary, it releases 6 hormones we have discussed. See, it is the first one. Hormone list A, it is GH or STH. GH is the growth hormone. Growth hormone, STH is also called as STH, somatotropic hormone. Chemically, this hormone is proteinaceous by nature, and its function is to stimulate growth of the body and control metabolism. Hypersecretion means if this hormone is more amount secreted than the need of the body, then it causes gigantism. Gigantism is what? Much more growth of the body in childhood, and hyposecretion causes dwarfism in childhood. Then this hormone, this GH or STH, if it is much more released in adults, then it causes acromegaly. And hyposecretion, less secretion, causes Simon's disease during adult life. Then come to the B, second number, TSH. TSH is thyroid stimulating hormone. It stimulates secretion of thyroxine from thyroid gland. TSH, its target site is thyroid gland. It releases from the pituitary. It is released from the pituitary, but it moves to the thyroid, and it is causing the thyroxine release from thyroid gland, and it doesn't have any hyper or hyposecretion disorders. Third one, C, ACTH. It is adenocorticotropic hormone. It stimulates adrenal cortex, the outermost layer of adrenal gland, that is adrenal cortex, to secrete the corticoids. Mainly glucocorticoids. 3 different types of corticoids we'll discuss in a very details when we'll discuss about adrenal cortex. Then fourth one, FSH. FSH is called follicle stimulating hormone. Follicles means what? These are the sex cells. So it is also known as gametokinetic factor because it is responsible for the production of gametes or gametogenesis. So it stimulates growth of ovarian follicles in females, and spermatogenesis means production of sperms in males. Then fifth one, LH or ICSH. LH is luteinizing hormone. ICSH, why it is called? Because it is called interstitial cell stimulating hormone. LH, it is acting upon the interstitial cells of what? Testes. Interstitial cells are the Leydig cells. Okay, so it is having 2 functions. See here. First we'll discuss about the females. It stimulates ovary to produce estrogens, causes final maturation of ovarian follicles, then ovulation means release of ovum, then production of corpus luteum after ovulation, and corpus luteum releases progesterone. Okay, then second one, see here, it stimulates interstitial cells or Leydig cells to produce androgens or testosterone. See, the first one, GH or STH, it is having hypersecretion or hyposecretion disorders. Rest of these 4, TSH, ACTH, FSH and LH, they don't have any side effects or disorders with the hyper or hyposecretion. Then next come to the 6th hormone of anterior pituitary. See here, the 6th hormone of anterior pituitary, adenohypophysis, endocrine gland, and hormones. I have made the list here. Is it visible? Then see, adenohypophysis, 6th hormone, I have written here F, that is called prolactin or LTH. This is also a proteinaceous hormone. Chemically by nature it is protein, and its function is to stimulate secretion of milk from the mammary glands. It doesn't have any side effects. Then second, see here, intermediate lobe of pituitary. Means this is the middle lobe or the pars media. It releases only one hormone we have discussed, MSH. That is MSH is melanocyte stimulating hormone. It is responsible for melanin synthesis and dispersal in the melanophore cells on the skin. Color change in case of lower vertebrates. It is also caused by MSH hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone. And these hormones don't have any side effects. Then third one, see, pituitary posterior lobe, that is neurohypophysis. It releases two hormones. I have told you that these are produced by the hypothalamus but released by neurohypophysis. These are first one, oxytocin. See here, bit1 and bit2 I have written. Oxytocin, it is also called as birth hormone. It is a peptidic hormone. It stimulates uterine contraction during childbirth. During childbirth, it causes stimulation of uterine endometrium so that easy delivery occurs. So it is also known as birth hormone, and it releases milk from the mammary glands after birth of the child. Then bit2, it is vasopressin or ADH, antidiuretic hormone also called it. Vasopressin, it reduces urinary loss of water by reabsorption in kidneys and increases blood pressure. See, this hormone vasopressin, it is having hypersecretion and hyposecretion disorders. If hypersecretion, much more secretion is there, then it causes rise of arterial blood pressure. And if hyposecretion, less secretion is there, then it causes type 1 diabetes, that is diabetes insipidus or urine sugar. Then come to the fourth one, it is thyroid. See, I have written here 1, 2, 3 about the pituitary, and then third one, it is pituitary over. Then fourth, thyroid. Thyroid releases two hormones we have discussed, thyroxine and thyrocalcitonin, bit1 and bit2. See, thyroxine, it is iodinated amino acid hormone. It stimulates growth and control the rate of metabolism and body temperature. Thyroxine is responsible for the maintaining the basal metabolic rate in our body, and it is having also hyper or hyposecretion disorders. If it is hypersecreted, then it causes exophthalmic goiter or Graves' disease, and if hyposecreted, then it is causing myxoedema or Gall's disease in adults and cretinism in childhood. Okay, thyroxine is having disorders. Then bit2, come to the thyrocalcitonin. It is also known as TCT. It is a proteinaceous hormone. It controls calcium level in our body. These are the two hormones produced from thyroid. Okay, thyroid releases two hormones, thyroxine and thyrocalcitonin. Okay, then come to the parathyroid, fifth one. Parathyroid gland, it releases only one hormone, PTH, parrot hormone. It increases blood calcium level and lowers phosphates. Okay, phosphate level is lowered. Then it is having hyper or hyposecretion disorders. It causes, if it is hypersecreted, then it causes decalcification and softening of the bones, increase of calcium level in the blood. And if it is hyposecreted, then it causes lowers calcium level and causes excitability of nerves and muscles, known as parathyroid tetany, a disease or disorder, parathyroid tetany. So this is all about the PTH released from parathyroid gland. Then come to the next one. See, next is adrenal gland. Adrenal gland, it releases what? Adrenal cortex, it is releasing three hormones. All these are steroid hormones, chemical by nature. All these are steroids. First one is mineralocorticoid. Its function is maintaining mineral balance, that is increases Na retention, means sodium retention, and K elimination, potassium elimination. Hypersecretion, if more amount is secreted, then it causes hypersecretion due to hypertension. It causes due to retention of Na and water in the blood. Means sodium is not released and water is maintained in our body much more amount, so it is causing high BP, hypertension. Then hyposecretion, less secretion, it causes Addison's disease with low BP, low temperature and low BMR, basal metabolic rate. Then come to the second hormone of adrenal cortex, that is glucocorticoid. It is also a steroid, increases glucose level by glycogenolysis, means breakdown of glycogens, and gluconeogenesis, production of glucose from other substrates than the carbohydrate, is known as gluconeogenesis. So it is glucocorticoid which maintains glucose level. It increases glucose level in our body. And if it is hypersecreted, then it causes Cushing's disease with excess deposition of fat in face. Okay, and hyperglycemia and glycosuria, means glucose is much more amount, it is stored in blood, causing hyperglycemia and glycosuria, urine sugar. So glucocorticoid hypertension, it is having disorders. Then come to the C, sex corticoids. Similar effects like androgens and estrogens, means the sex hormones, that is affects the secondary sexual characters of the body. Then sex corticoids, if they are hypersecreted, then the cause is masculization. Masculization means what? It is appearance of mistaken beard in case of females. Okay, sex corticoids. So these are the adrenal cortex hormones. All these are steroid hormones, and means all these three, they are having hypersecretion disorders. Then come to the adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla, it is releasing two hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. Both are catecholamine by nature. Chemically they are catecholamines. Then functions, see, adrenaline, it increases heartbeat, blood flow, causes vasodilation, means increase of blood vessels width, and is called stress hormone because adrenaline is released under the stress condition. Then B, noradrenaline, it is also a catecholamine. It controls normal blood circulation, increases blood pressure by both systolic and diastolic pressure increase. Noradrenaline is just having the antagonistic effect of adrenaline hormone. Okay, both of these hormones do not have any hyper or hyposecretion disorders. Then come to the islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans of pancreas. It releases three hormones. First, A, insulin. Insulin is released from the beta cells. It is proteinaceous hormone. It lowers blood glucose level and increases glycogen storage. If it is hyposecreted, hyposecretion causes diabetes mellitus, that is second type of diabetes, that is blood sugar. Okay, as it is maintaining the glucose level. If it is less secreted, then diabetes mellitus occurs. Okay, it is responsible for the production of glycogen from the glucose. So if it is less amount, if the insulin is less secreted or insulin secretion is stopped, then there will be diabetes mellitus. It is a disorder, that is blood sugar. Then come to the next two hormones of what? Pancreas. First one we have discussed about insulin. Then second, B, it is glucagon, secreted from the alpha cells of islets of Langerhans. Nature, it's protein by nature. Then function, it increases blood glucose level, just the antagonistic effect of insulin. Increased blood glucose level and decreases glycogen storage by glycogenolysis. It is responsible for breakdown of glycogenolysis. So it increases blood sugar. Then insulin decreases blood sugar by making glycogen from glucose, but it breaks glycogen into glucose, just having the antagonistic function. It is not having any hyper or hyposecretion disorders. Then C, somatostatin, it is also released from the pancreas. Somatostatin is released from the delta cells. It is a peptidic hormone and it is having inhibitory functions of both insulin and glucagon. Somatostatin is considered as the less active hormone of our body because if insulin and glucagon hormones role is not needed, means the glucose level is normal as per the need of the body, then somatostatin is released just to stop the function of insulin and glucagon. Then come to the gonads. 9 number, it is testes. Testis releases testosterone. It is steroid hormone, secondary sexual characteristic maintenance and spermatogenesis in males it is causing. And if it is hyposecreted, less secreted, then it causes eunuchroidism, in which secondary sexual organs do not develop in case of males. Eunuchroidism is the disorder's name. Then come to the ovary. 10 number, ovary secretes 3 hormones, estrogen, progesterone and relaxin. See, estrogen and progesterone both are steroid hormones. Estrogen, its function is it regulates female secondary sexual characters and follicle development. And if hypersecretion is there, then it causes disturbance in menstrual cycle. And hyposecretion, less secretion, then it causes failure of menstrual cycle and less developed genital tract. Genital tract will not be developed properly. Then come to the B, progesterone of ovary. See, it is having the same role as estrogen and thickens uterine endometrium and maintains pregnancy. Progesterone hormone is released from the corpus luteum after ovulation. So it is responsible for secretion of progesterone is responsible for maintaining the endometrial layer so that pregnancy will be maintained. Hypersecretion doesn't having any disorders, but hyposecretion, it causes it terminates the pregnancy by aversion of the fetus because endometrium layer of uterus will not be maintained if less amount of progesterone will be produced during pregnancy. Then third one, relaxin. Relaxin is a proteinaceous hormone. It relaxes or it causes relaxation of pelvic ligaments during childbirth. So relaxin is only released during childbirth. Okay. Then come to the next hormones. Endocrine gland, it is placenta, 11 number. Hormones, see, endocrine placenta, it releases 3 hormones we have discussed. It is first one, the chorionic gonadotropin. It is also known as human chorionic gonadotropin, HCG. Chemically, it is proteinaceous by nature. Then it stimulates ovary for the production of progesterone and develops mammary glands during pregnancy. Okay. Then B, it is estrogen. It is a steroid. Progesterone, it is steroid. Then estrogen is responsible for inhibition of ovulation during pregnancy. Estrogen produced from placenta, it inhibits ovulation during pregnancy, and progesterone, it maintains pregnancy. All these three hormones do not have any side effects or disorders in the hyper or hyposecretion. Then come to the 12 number, thymus. It releases thymosin. Thymosin is amine derivative hormone. It is responsible for its function is immune defense in children and normal growth of skeletal muscles. If hypersecretion of thymosin is there, then it causes myasthenia gravis with weak skeletal muscles. Then come to the pineal gland. Pineal gland, it releases melatonin. It is amine derivative. It changes skin color in lower vertebrates. Actually, pineal gland, it releases melatonin in lower vertebrates. It is not needed. Means this hormone melatonin, it is not having any particular function in our human body. It is responsible for color change in lower vertebrates, like like lizards and some of the small fishes. Okay, it is, if it is hypersecreted, then it delays sexual maturation in immature mammals, and there is no hyposecretion disorder. Let's have a look of this page totally. Okay, then come to the next. It is about the gastrointestinal mucosa. Gastrointestinal mucosa, 14 number, it releases 6 hormones. First hormone is gastrin. It is all these hormones released from endocrine gastrointestinal mucosa. All these are proteinaceous by nature and function. First one, gastrin. It controls secretion of gastric juice, which is responsible for what? Digestion in case of stomach. Then secretin, second one, it is also proteinaceous. It controls secretion of pancreatic juice from pancreas. Then pancreozymin, it is also released from pancreas, and pancreozymin, it controls secretion, that is amount of pancreatic juice needed. Okay, pancreozymin and secretin. Secretin, it stimulates for the production of pancreatic juice. Pancreozymin, it maintains the amount needed. Then fourth one, D, cholecystokinin. It is also proteinaceous. It stimulates gallbladder to secrete bile, cholecystokinin. And fifth one, E, enterocrinin. Enterocrinin is proteinaceous, stimulates intestinal mucosa to produce intestinal juice when food is present in intestine. Enterogastron, it is also proteinaceous. It inhibits secretion of gastric juice when food moves from the stomach to intestine. Enterogastron. Okay, so these are the 6 number hormones produced from the gastrointestinal tract, and they are not having any hyper or hyposecretion disorders. Then come to the kidneys, 15 number. Kidneys release 2 different types of hormones, erythropoietin and renin. Erythropoietin is responsible, it stimulates hemopoietic organs to produce more RBC. Hemopoietic organs means the organs in which hemopoiesis occurs. Hemopoiesis means production of RBC, blood cells occur. Okay, hematopoietic organs are stimulated for the production of more number of RBC because of erythropoietin released from kidney. It is also responsible for raise of BP. Then renin. Renin is also released from the kidney. It is responsible for raise of BP. Then liver. Liver releases only one hormone, that is angiotensin. It stimulates rise of BP. You must be knowing about angiotensin-renin mechanism, which is running between liver and kidney to maintain the BP of the person. Then 17, heart. Heart releases only one hormone, that is arteriopeptin. It lowers BP, maintains fluid balance of the body. Okay, so this is all about the hormones. All these hormones of this page means from the gastrointestinal mucosa, kidneys, liver and heart, they are not having any side effects or disorders if they are hyper or hyposecreted. Okay, so this is all about the hormones. Thank you for watching my video. If any doubt is there, then ask me in the comment box, and share and subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you.